name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, amen. By God's grace, introducing the course of Apologetics 1, which is a course that will describe how to do apologetics in the Orthodox umbrella. And we divided this class or the approach to doing apologetics into solving 4 levels, which categorizes the topics, categorizes the questions. And level 1, as we get into introducing them, we're going to cover the 4 of them in the class with focus on some topics in each one, but let's understand it first. It is my blessing to really be in your presence in this. And the class will be live in order to allow for questions and answers and discussions. The first one is the toughest one, which is giving answers without using any topics in Christianity, in the Bible, in the church. And these are the topics that relate to science and logic and history and philosophy. And we'll use these tools to give answers to the issue of God's existence, or if there is a man called Jesus existed, and if this man existed, is he did he resurrect or not? So categorizing them further, we divided them into science, and the most important aspect of science is our evolution and cosmology. And the whole class will spend about 8 weeks, each one 3 hours, to answer: does evolution explain the origin of life? And will present scientific challenges to the statement that evolution accounts for the origin of life. Cosmology: did the world start by itself or it didn't? And if it didn't, how did it start? And these are the most important challenges we have in science, and we will answer them scientifically, obviously not from the Bible and not religiously. And this is different from biblical apologetics in that sense, is that all of the answers we have here are pertaining to the field. And you will be amazed by how many challenges we'll put that the statement or assertion that evolution accounts really for the origin of life and the presence of different forms of life. We will challenge this scientifically completely, and I can't wait to hear your comments on it and present even questions further to what we're going to discuss. We're going to use logic also to present a case. Can this movement called Christianity start on a lie or not? Are there any other faiths that existed? What happened to them? And this will move us into historical accounts of non-Christian sources and archaeological sources. We will not discuss Christian because it's easy to refer to them, and it doesn't give a strong support, because as we said, we here have to use in level 1 all of the sources, or all of the discussions, or all of the approaches that are not related to Christianity, not related to God, not related to the Bible, not related to the church. If time permits, we'll discuss issues in philosophy as well, like the problem of evil and ultimate meanings of life, purpose, value, if God existed or not. But the lion's share will be basically in science, logic, and history, and you'll see very unique approaches that are going to be used in this class and came up with it throughout the years, and they were very effective through personal discussions and presentations. Part of the archaeological history, we have an overlap between archaeology and science and history when we study the Shroud of Turin in a bit of detail. Level 1 will come out from it. We will give a compelling case for the existence of a designer, the existence of a person called Jesus, and that the movement started and continued in a way that is cannot be explained in human terms. And we'll give a strong case for arguments for the presence of something supernatural in this movement called Christianity. So, but science will be answered very, very strongly. Okay, if God exists and a designer exists, in which religion? So we'll compare the God's existence in 2 different religions using a worldview approach, which is we'll compare as an example, Christianity to Mormonism. If Christianity answers the worldview questions, which Christianity is it? Apostolic or Protestant? We cover here very important topics that will get us to understand the creation, the fall, which is a problem that happened in the creation, and how the communion is the fulfillment of the solution to the fall. If time permits, we'll answer these topics, do this in remembrance of me, and faith and works, but it depends on how much detail will go into the previous levels, depending on the students. After we cover the main difficult levels 1, 2, and 3, we get to what we do regularly in the church, which is depth and orthodoxy. But we'll present here a very unique study of these letters, St. Ignatius letters, to show it also how to use it in an apologetics way. And the major apologetic convert, Justin Martyr, will get excerpts from his letters as well, called the Apologias of Justin Martyr. I would love to see you in the class. Bring your questions, bring your discussions, and it will be live teaching in order for us all to have discussions about whatever topics we have. The workload of it is not heavy at all. It's mainly papers with a graduating or finishing through a class project. Pray for me and hope to see you all there.